But it looks like I'm live, huh? Yeah. I hope that background's not like too much light. I can make it a little different, huh? Like a little bit. I don't know. No, I don't like that. Oh, yeah, like that. Huh? Hmm. Yeah, like that. There we go. Hey, everybody. Saturday afternoon, maybe evening. I'm not really sure what time it is. Had a little bit of break in the action and allowing me to go live. Hey, Bryant, how's it up? What's up? What's up? Hi, Dayanara. Happy Saturday. Yeah, so can you guys feel it? Can you feel it in the air? I should probably be playing that song. Hey, Adolf from the Philippines, man. Are you enjoying it? You must be in heaven right now. Absolutely. Give everybody a hug for me. That's so cool. Right on, man. Yeah, it's a happy weekend. Actually, my weekend's going pretty good. I've been like playing with some leather. I need to slow down. I'm all excited to go live. I have like a little bit of time. I don't know how long before everything starts happening here. Some people just left, so I know I have, and they're just going to do a little shopping, so I know they'll be back. But I found a new leather pattern that I've been practicing on. Leather weather, it absolutely is. And I got my mosquito repeller going. Yeah, it works so good. I'm running out of the little pads that burn on the top. But I have it back here because the wind's blowing a little bit and it blows towards me and the mosquitoes leave me alone. Otherwise, I'm getting eat alive. 7:29 a.m. And that's freaking awesome. I have another friend that's over in the Philippines right now. He said he was going on an adventure, and I know how old he is, and I know he's been having like dating troubles here. He never said anything about mermaids, but miraculously, in a few days, a mermaid showed up, and he's been hanging out with that mermaid the whole time. I kind of figured that's what he was doing, or I kind of figured a mermaid would show up. Sooner or later, there's going to be a mermaid in his story. But yeah, so I found a new leather pattern, and I'm just practicing this, just a little piece of belt from a belt strap. And what do you think? I'm not done with it. I'm just playing with the tooling, trying to figure out like how to do it. I know that's not the greatest, but I'm trying to do it right, but there's a lot of interruptions and all kinds of stuff. But it's a like an old western floral pattern. But that's what I'm working on just for fun. I work on it here and there. But I thought I would share that. And then this is something that I'm working on. This is actually for somebody. It's like $400. What? Yeah, $400. And they ordered a note, a padfolio. Is that what it is? And I have the Western, I think it's the Desert Rose. I don't know. Yeah, I think you can see that. Western Rose pattern. Really, I probably could make that. I probably could put snaps on the end of that. RV. That's something we might want to talk about, is the reevaluation of the currencies. Is that what that is, the RV? Can you feel it? Can you tell something's up? Can you feel and maybe feel like maybe the IRS is going away? The picture that I put as the thumbnail, that is supposedly the United States' new currency. Can you feel it? Can you feel this economy crashing down, going up in flames? Has DJT given us enough clues to let us know that soon, very soon, I don't think we're going to start the new year with anything we know. I absolutely think we're going to have a great Christmas. And I also believe that it's going to be scary as heck for like the next couple of months. I think November is going to be a wild ride. It's going to feel like you're standing on the edge of a cliff with the wind blowing behind you. Multi-Troy. It's close by. Yeah, I think we're really on the precipice of the end of our current way of doing business and our current government, of what we all grew up with, which really it should have never been. We've been slaves ever since like 1913, when we used to be free. And I think what happened, I don't think, I know what happened way back when our ancestors left England and kicked the king to the curb. They didn't like that. And they absolutely didn't like that we had freedom, the right to bear arms, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and it goes on and on. Our own currency. They don't like none of that. And in 1913, they figured out how to get it away from us, how to take it away. But I don't believe that this is all about the United States either. I noticed like Italy in here. I think it's worldwide. Just from what I gather in the news, not really the mainstream media news, but news, any way you get it, that this is a worldwide thing. And I actually believe that you're hearing about all, like DJT says, I brought peace, like 7 wars, and he has one more, right? I actually believe that these meetings that he's having all around the world, they're laying down they're laying the smack down on everybody, and they're saying, the world is going to change, and everyone's going to be set free from these families, what I call the 1%ers or 2%ers of the world, that have been ruling the world, and all the money and the wars and manufacturing and you name it, they own it, including us. I believe that that's going to be a worldwide event, and everyone is being told they can stay the way they are and have wars, but they won't be included in this great freedom move. I really believe that everyone is having an opportunity to make peace so that they can move into this new freedom from these evil satanistic families that have been running the world for, and probably not even a stretch, thousands of years. And I believe thousands of years. I believe you can trace the bloodlines all the way back pretty far. And I believe that everyone gets the opportunity to make peace, change their currency from the world banks that they're all under, and they have the opportunity to be free for the first time ever, probably in thousands of years, if we ever were, right? If I'm not saying America was for a little while, but we got that taken away from us. They bought off our Congress, and we've been in debt to them ever since. But now we're watching it go away. We're watching things change rapidly now. We're watching arrests happen. I remember a few months ago, everybody's like, I'm not going to believe anything until I see the arrests. Well, the arrests are happening. Can you feel it? Can you feel it in the air? I'm getting goosebumps. I can feel it. And I'm not even going to discount that God might be doing something. I don't know what. I can't see the future. I do know, though, I had with this comet, this AI Atlas, what is it, 3I Atlas. They're calling it a comet. I don't think it's a comet. I had in November of 2023, I had a dream where I was fighting demons, and I had a big sword. And at first I was by myself. And I fought like 5, what I thought was really hard demons. And they had swords and weapons, nothing like guns or anything, but all hand-to-hand stuff. And I was holding my own pretty good. And I had beat a really hard one. I almost lost. It was like the 5th one. And I was wondering if I should carry on. Like, in the dream, I was actually looking for these things and hunting them down. But after the 5th one, of how hard it was and how I thought maybe I might lose, I was kind of standing there thinking, maybe I shouldn't be looking for them. And this big, tall, 10-foot guy that looks like Conan the Barbarian comes walking up with a really big sword, bigger than mine. He's dressed like Conan. He's got long hair, no shirt, like the little Tarzan little looking thing. And come to find out, he was doing what I was doing. He was a big dude. And he was hunting him down, and then he suggested maybe we should team up. So we teamed up. I teamed up with this big dude, I think was an angel. That's what I think. Never was said, but just by the way he carried himself, I knew he wasn't like the average human. He was big. He was pretty bad with a sword, too. And we fought probably about 3 of them, and they were, with him, it was easy, right? It was like easy wins. And every time we beat one, as we were like figuring out what to do next, or deciding what to do next, there was people that were joining us. They all were doing the same thing. They were all going after, hunting these things. And about 3 battles in, we probably had like 50 people with us with swords, and people were dying too. I didn't die, and the angel guy didn't die, but there was some people that died. It was like serious battles. People were being taken out. And then at some point, a teacher came into the picture. I think it was Jesus. I never said it was Jesus, but he was like coaching. It seemed like only me. And when we started really having some really bad, hard, even with a big giant dude and a bunch of people, we were facing some pretty hard demons. And I knew there were demons. That's what everybody was calling it. That's what I called it. In the dream, it was a demon. And some of them had little bitty helper demons with them, so you weren't just fighting one big giant monster looking thing. You were fighting sometimes 2 with 2 little ones with double double axes or double swords, and they were slicing and dicing, and people died. And I actually got hit once by a big demon across my thigh. It didn't hurt, but I knew I got hit. I didn't feel any pain in the dream. And we finally beat it, and with a lot of help from this teacher telling me what to do or what to say. Words had a lot of power in this dream over these demons. And it wasn't the last demon, but it was the last demon in my dream that we fought. It wasn't a big, powerful dude. He didn't have a sword. He didn't have little demon bots with him. It was just a little dude with a little cap. He was kind of dressed like a little Asian guy with the little double buttons going down, with a blue coat with double buttons and this weird little hat. Kind of cloth looking shoes. I mean, he didn't look intimidating. He didn't look tough at all, but he was the toughest. And he was using words. And there was a few times that he froze everybody up and then said something that was killing people. And the big angel dude kept looking at me like, hey, what are you going to do about it? It was like, me? What am I going to do? Like, what are you going to do? Like, hey, I was confused. But the teacher guy that I think was Jesus started help coaching me on what to say. And I wish I could remember what it was. That's the only thing in the dream I can't remember, is the things that teacher guy said, helping us and telling me what to say and what to do and try and stuff. And we finally beat that guy, and we were all cheering because it was the longest, hardest battle. We beat that dude to a pulp, cut him up. We were standing there cheering and everything, and then the teacher, the guy I think was Jesus, shushed everybody and says, we're not done. There's one more. And it's going to come with a comet. And we're all like, a comet? We're looking at each other, and all of a sudden he says, look, there's a comet. And when we looked, there was a comet coming towards Earth. And I was pumped. I was ready to go, And all of a sudden I started fading back, like being pulled back. And I could see everybody looking at me, and they're like all gonna go fight this demon. And as I'm starting to be pulled back, he's saying that it's gonna be the Earth never seen evil like what was coming with this comet, this demon that's coming in as a comet. And I was all pumped. I wanted to do it, and I realized I'm not gonna go, right? And then I realized it was like a dream vision thing. And I also was forgetting what the teacher was, or the coach, or Jesus had said. And I realized I wasn't going to be in that battle, at least in that dream or vision or whatever it was. I also wasn't going to remember what he said, and I started to yell, no, don't, no, I want to continue, and I don't want to forget what you said. And then I woke up yelling, no, I was actually yelling. I don't know what the people in the hotel thought, but I was yelling at the top of my lungs, no. Well, that was in November of 2023. In April of 2024, there was a devil comet that came, and I was for sure thinking that was the comet, because everybody was calling it the devil comet, and that got my attention. When I first heard devil comet, I was like, what? That's it, that was my dream. It wasn't it. Something may have came with that comet, but it wasn't the most evil thing you ever saw on the earth. This 3-eye atlas, this is it. I've been praying about it, and I know this is it. This is not a comet. This is something that came out of the nowhere, of space, moving faster than anything they ever saw, doing things they never ever saw, totally different than anything that science has even thought about. It's not. It's not what everybody's saying. It's not. This is it. This is the most evil thing coming. But the words of the teacher as I was leaving, he said, "We will beat it. We will beat it." So it's going to be a battle, a real battle. It's going to be hard, but we will beat it. Then 5 nights later, I had another dream, and I don't have dreams, okay? I don't have dreams. I can count all the dreams I ever had on one hand in my whole life. 3 dreams. The second one was demon angels, fighting demon angels with swords. And the third one is the one I'm going to tell you about right now. This one, everything was destroyed. Even the government wasn't the same. Our government was totally gone. The government we know, right? What we grew up with. Everything we know is destroyed. Houses were burning, people were looting, and gangs were kind of running neighborhoods, and they were organizing. The gangs were organizing. They were running cities. They were in control. There's no cops. The good people, not gang people, just regular citizens, were not organizing. They were being robbed and killed and other things, all bad. But there's hope. At the end of the dream, like that was all it was. At the end of the dream, I was trying to organize the good people, the citizens. Like if we don't organize, we're finished, right? We need to organize. And in my dream, it was law and order. That's what we needed, was law and order. There was no law and order. It was all not law. Everything opposite of law and order. That's what was going on. Okay, now after I came out of that dream, I had successfully sold the idea of law and order to the good people. They fought me. I can't believe it. They really wanted to go on the side of the bad people and let them control everything. That's what was weird about it. Everyone really didn't care that the mafia or the bad guys, gangs, ran everything. Because if they sided with them, then they were actually okay. They didn't get killed. They got robbed already, but they were left pretty much alone, but with nothing, right? With nothing. But I finally talked sense into a bunch of people as I was making my way through wherever I was. And I even came across a military group of Marines, and they were owning whatever they had equipment wise when whatever happened that took our government out. So like if they had jeeps and tanks and rockets and stuff like that, they still controlled that. But they were using it like gangs. They realized they could take whatever they want, do whatever they want, and they were almost like the most organized gang, right? The government. Only as I talked these people into it, this military gang that had rockets and guns and a tank and some jeeps and stuff like that, they actually liked the idea of organizing in a good way for the people, because really their families were being ravaged by these gangs. So they like the idea of organizing like that and fighting the gangs and taking control back from the gangs, and everyone organizing under law and order. That's what it was, law and order. Now, I thought for the longest time, I've been praying about it, and I thought that I was going to see the destruction, right? I was going to see the destruction. I was going to see my city burning. I was going to see gangs. I thought it was literal. Just, hey, Digger, what's up, brother? So I thought I was seeing literally what I was going to see. And I've been praying about it. Only the last 3 months, I've been shown, not in a dream, in the Word and through the Spirit, the Holy Spirit, and the news, that we're absolutely in the no law and order right now. Cool. I love your photos, bro. Love it. In fact, if Daytona, if you see this, Brian, if you see this, I'm sorry I haven't got to your videos. I will, though. I will. I think I missed 2 of them already, but it's been crazy over here. Crazy. So, anyways, I've been shown that it's not going to be the government. The government is going to go away, and it is a gang, right, controlled by bad people. Our world is being controlled by bad people. That's what's going on. What we're seeing right now is actually my dream. We're seeing law and order coming, but it's going to get scary. There might be some destruction, there might be cities burning, but the military will be taken over by law and order. And that's what's going to help organize the defeat of these gang mentality, evil people. And we're actually seeing that. The dream was vivid, and in color, but it was a representative of what we're actually watching right now. And I thought I was going to see literally cities leveled and burning, and what was standing, the gangs were taken for their own. No, this is what we've been living under. These gang people have left our world burning, literally, in some places, the world, not just the United States. And now the people have organized, and they're being fought by regular people. There's a lot of people that want to go. They don't want change. They don't want law and order. They're afraid of change. I think they're afraid of it. In my dream, they were afraid that it might fail or it's not going to work. You're welcome. Hi, Ivy. You're welcome. I actually think that we're actually seeing that. We're seeing the militaries of the world come together, and they're pressuring the warmongering gang people to stop the wars. That's what we're seeing in South America, where they're blowing up the drug cartel boats and stuff like that. They're saying enough. I think they're telling the countries that have wars, enough, right? You want to move ahead into the future with us? It's enough, right? Enough. Change. Have peace. Otherwise, you're not moving ahead. We won't include you. You can stay in your little burning country. I think that's what we're watching. I think we're watching law and order come to the world, come to the United States. It might look like it's not going to happen. It might look like there's no hope, but there is hope. There is. In my dream, that was the change, was everyone started to see that we didn't have to let them do that anymore. And people started standing up for their rights, their freedoms, that in America we take for granted, that even though we haven't been able to actually exercise them in a long time, they're still there, and they're still we believe we have, right, worth fighting for. Worth fighting for. And we're gonna see this happen. Now, what I don't know out of the two dreams, the evil coming in this comet, the demon, the worst, the earth has never seen the evil, according to what the teacher in the dream was saying. We haven't seen an evil on earth like it ever. I don't know what that looks like, right? I wasn't even given a clue, except for we've never seen anything so evil. There's a lot of evil in the world, and it's pretty evil, pretty bad. I mean, when you start looking into what's being uncovered with pedos and, satanic rituals and stuff like that, it's pretty bad. I can't even imagine what this could be. I have an idea of what it is. I'm not sure if I'm correct, but because of what I've done in the paranormal the last 20 years with Bigfoot and aliens and demons and ghosts and you name it, right? Pterodactyls, and seeing that big old giant thing that looked like a Mothman with dragon wings and a Bigfoot body that was like 25 feet tall, huge, 15 or 20-foot wingspan, black leather looking wings. But what I think is we're going to see aliens. Because over the years, as I've investigated, I always thought aliens, like everyone else, come from somewhere not on Earth, right? But only through investigating and talking to a lot of people, abductees, all kinds of people, and then what you can glean off the internet, and learn from the internet, I've come to the conclusion and that they're not aliens. They were here. They're actually what's controlling the 1%ers, the people that rule the world for 1,000 years. They were given power to rule the world by the aliens. And if you watch Ancient Aliens, they're the people that created us. That's BS. They didn't create us. But we have something they don't have, and that is creative ability with our words. So if you go around speaking negative in your life, negative you will have in your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have creative words. That's what God gave us. He said he created us in his own image. And one of the things God starts right off in the Bible, let there be light. He spoke things. He didn't go actually do it. He spoke things into being, into reality. We can do that. The demons can't do that. The ain't fallen ones, they can't do that. They don't have that. They weren't created to have that, but we do. But if they can get power over you, they can get you to do rituals and incantations and speak things and use that ability they can use people to gain access to that power. But they have to use people. I hope this is making sense. It's taken a lot of prayer and thought and studying to get to this point, believe me. And a lot of people say they think I'm off my rocker. But I've been around the world facing demons, right? Actually facing demons and praying for people that are demonically possessed. Not only in the other parts of the world, but also in this, where I live, right? And I learned that, I've studied this, like, you can't stop a demon unless you use words. You have to say something. You have to do something. You have to banish them out. You have to break the law. Because normally they can't do anything unless they have a right to. like they have some kind of power or control over somebody. You have to break that power or control. You have to use words. When you go into a different country, they start using words against you. That in my dream where I was fighting the demons, the very last demon used words. I hope you guys are getting what I'm laying down. They used words. We can be our own worst enemy using words. Like, this, man, my foot hurts, it's killing me. You hear what I said? This thing makes me sick. You gotta stop doing the words. The words is the power. The words is the power. We have to start speaking what we want in our life. You want change? Start speaking it. I'm serious. My life is good. You hear what I said? My life is good. And I go around saying that. And you know what? My life is good. I find, when I pray for everybody, I pray that you find favor wherever you go. I find favor wherever I go. I speak that. I speak that. I want everybody to get this. I want you to try it. It takes time. It takes practice. It's almost like reprogramming your brain. But once you start seeing results, you'll never go back to saying, this is killing me. Oh my gosh. You'll quit saying that negative stuff. It'll be really hard. You'll start running into people that they'll start talking about people. And negative. And it'll touch something in you that something that you feel that you got to say something because you feel that way too about whatever the situation or person, right? And you'll get right in there with them. You got to not do that. Let it go. Let it go. Let the negative go. Let it go. And even tell the people, you know what? You need to let it go. You need to get past that, right? Forgive and forget. Let it go. Let it go. And then start saying something positive. I'm telling you, it'll change your life. It'll change your life. And I was in a wheelchair, and I was told I was never going to walk again. I proved him wrong, but I didn't say it. I'm never going to walk again. I never said that. I never said it. No, I'm going to walk again. I'm going to get out of this chair. I would start telling myself stuff. And I'm telling you, it works. It totally works. Like right now, I don't even have a cane anymore. I was on a cane for almost 20 years. In a wheelchair 5 years, 5 to 8. It was kind of like, I started really getting out of it around 5, but I was in and out of it for 3 more years. So around 8 years, I didn't need my wheelchair anymore. And I sold my power chair. I used to have a lift in the back of my van because I didn't want a lift that, you see the people riding with a lift on the back of on the bumper, and they can ride up on it, and you see them driving around with their power chair on the back of their truck or their car. I don't want that because I live in the valley, in the Central Valley of California, 110 degrees. When my chair was sitting out there, I wouldn't be able to sit on it. It would fry my butt. So I opted for one that put it inside my van. In my mind, I was thinking I'm going to have it forever, but I always said I'm not. I sold all that. I sold the power. Actually, I donated it. I donated my power chair and the lift to other people that really needed it. And I think my power chair went somewhere in South America. I don't know how they're going to charge it, but it went over there. And the people called me. I said I wanted to donate it, and I refused probably 5 people that came along, and they were just wanting to sell it. I could tell. But I knew in my heart when the right person came, I would know. And then this person came, and they got it, telling me something. I didn't know whether to believe him or not, but I felt like I should believe him. And then about 2 months later, they came by and they showed me pictures. They had a school bus that they had got from somebody. I don't know if they purchased it, but they filled the whole bus up with all these things, for people that need it in South America. And then they shipped that bus over there, and they were showing me the pictures of the kids, and it's to make me cry. But, so yeah, start speaking life into your life, into your family's life, into your children's life, into your loved one friends' lives. Start speaking it. Can you feel there's change coming? Can you feel it? There's power like never before. Our words have more power than ever before because God is with us. He's coming on the scene bigger than ever. Sure, we might have some demon coming in with some kind of demon or something on it. It's not going to win. It's going to lose. But God is also on the scene, and he's empowering his people where we're going to see miracles. Start praying for people. I believe we're going to see people raised from the dead. People that will step out and actually call that person back to life, and they'll stand up alive. I feel it. I sense it. God showed me these things a long time ago, not in a dream, in a vision. Whole hospitals were being emptied of people that were sick. Even doctors and nurses were healed of things and leaving the hospital. We're in that time right now. Can you feel it? Have you been sensing it? We are. We're in that now. It's the very start of it, but it isn't like, oh, maybe someday in a short time. No. It's right now. We're in it. It already started. We have to start exercising our power that God gave us, our words, in positive ways, not negative, because sadly, that power works negative too. So if you're speaking these things like it's killing me, my back is killing me, whatever, if you're saying those things, it might be killing you. Because everything has power right now. Like power is, and we're seeing it. My prayers are getting answered like crazy. And I knew that we were coming into it. Only recently I've learned that we're in it. It already started. It's going to progress. And the more people that start praying with authority that you have because of what Jesus did on the cross, he said, you'll do things that you saw me do and more than that. He raised people from the dead. He made water into wine. He fed 5,000 people with one loaf of bread and a couple of fish, right? I don't know how many, 5, I think. I mean, he said, you'll do these things and more than what I did. We're in that time. Start exercising your authority that you were born with, your birthright. We all have it. We are created in his image. The demons, no, don't give them any more power. Break whatever power they have over you to use you. Break that off. Break the generational curses off of your families. They don't have any power. We have it. We always had it. They knew it. They've been using people forever against us. I hope you guys are getting it. I hope you get it. And share this video, because this one, like I never say share my videos, right? This one, start sharing this one. This one's important. Real important. Make it or break it type important for people. And I was excited to make this video. So excited. I didn't even know what to title it. It's important though, real important. We're coming into like a new world. I know there's one school of thought that I should probably address, and that is the Onas and the dragons and all that. Last Halloween, around last Halloween, the red dragon has been in control for 500 years. The white dragon took control. Okay, so this year we're watching the power of evil get broke everywhere. We can break it more. We can be we're warriors with our words. Everyone is on a local family level, even internationally if we want to. If you can believe that your words have power internationally or nationally or geographically statewide or whatever you can believe for, you can use your words and be a powerful warrior in this time, an overcomer, can beat back evil. This is so important that everybody get this. Something I've been practicing for a long time. I always wanted to come on and talk about it, but every time I did, there was always this little voice in me that said, not yet, not yet. Well, recently, it's been encouraging me to talk about it, and I'm saying not yet, not yet, not yet, Only it keeps on being stronger and stronger, like talk about it. And I'm starting to realize this time I'm the one saying not yet. That they said, or what the spirit was saying, not yet, and now it's been encouraging me to do it, and now I feel uncomfortable, like not yet, But it is yet. It is time. It is for everyone. Prove it to yourself. Prove it. Go prove it. Go prove it, I'm saying. Go start speaking positive and speaking power over things, like taking things back from what's been stolen from you. Taking back things that you should have that you don't have, like your family and stuff like that. Like, start praying authority over that stuff and breaking it off. They have no power over you. None. Zip. Nothing can get in your way when you start speaking the right words. And when two or more are even speaking together, it's even that much more powerful. That much more powerful. Well, I don't have much. If you guys want to ask me a few questions about it, I could stay on a little bit more, but I know they're going to be coming back. I don't have the clock on here. But yeah, we're at the time. I know everybody can feel it. I know they can. I've been feeling it for a few years. Only now people are coming to me and saying, man, what is that feeling I'm getting, What is that? What is that? And now I want to do a video just on that. That's what this is. I don't know if there's anything else I should cover on this, or yeah, hang on tight, but start speaking the right words, man. You have power. You have power. You have power. You have power. You all have power. All do. You could go out there and change your situation so fast. Just believe that your words have power and test it. Go out and do it. Don't back up though. Don't say you break the demon that's keeping your finances from hitting you, right? Don't go back on it and say, oh, I don't know, No, say it and then hold tight. Don't say another word. You can think whatever you want to think, but never speak against what you said. And then watch. It used to take years back when I was in 80s, when I was in Africa, and deepest, darkest, most uncivilized world I ever went to, and was facing off these things. It used to be prayers took a while. Some of them didn't, though. And then over the years, I've been in boot camp learning how to do it. I'm pretty darn good at it now. I get set, like a person comes in my house and starts doing things, I don't have to pull out a gun or a knife, or I can just say, in the name of Jesus, get off my property, and you can't come back. Property line to property line, all demons gotta go. And then I watch, and everyone else in my house watches that person run out the door and then go out to the street and walk up and down the curb, cursing and cussing and telling me to come out there and fight. Fight like a man, come out here. It's power. Power in your words. Power when you know you have that power. You can shut people up quick. I mean, they'll be berating you like crazy, and you just tell them silence, and they shut up because you have power in your words. Power. Especially if you know what is standing in front of you and what's causing them to do what they're doing and saying. It's real power. I encourage everyone to give it a shot. And I pray right now that everyone get a spark in their mind and in their spirit, and they get the courage to say something positive. I break open the heavens of finances on everyone. I break the finance. Your finances will be loosed. Things you've been stolen from you, you're going to get back. Things that have been shut and you were supposed to have it, it'll be pouring forth. Blessings on your life. Everywhere you go, I pray that you have favor. Favor at the grocery store, favor at the bank, favor at work. I pray abundant blessings on every life, healing. I command bodies to be healed. Get in line with the word of God that says, be healed in Jesus' name. All the backs be healed. Brain damage healed. Cancer fall off and die. Anything in your body that is a parasite, I command it to die and fall off right now in Jesus' name. Pray healing and blessings on every person that hears this in Jesus' name. I expect to hear back of people saying that things are changing in their life as they change what they say. Can't wait to hear, because I know it's going to be right away. And don't forget, share this one, because this is important. Share it to your families especially, because they need to hear to stop speaking negative things in their life. You want them to start speaking positive. Watch lives change just from that. Just from that. Yep. Gotta go. That's what I thought. It's going to get crazy around here right now. They told me, let's see, about an hour, so I don't know what time it is. But you guys, I love you. I'll be back probably tomorrow, okay? Catch you tomorrow.